Big win condition is almost on a basic level. DRX finding value in this default once again. We were talking about this so much
powerful
versus Optic, and how hard they were making Optic work to find these, particularly on the defensive side for Optic. Kind of just the safety in numbers that the DRX play with, and again, it's pretty much rinse and repeat for them. And this is we saw this a number of times versus Optic. Jett actually ready to challenge it. RB punishes.
Yeah, this should be. We're gonna have to tell how it is, right? This should be DRX with a win. This should be a 1-1 series, and then third map is a different, you know, kettle of fish. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But by all statistics, by all accounts, DRX have the upper hand firmly in this map. Now, what does that mean practically? Well, we just eye up ZETA and see if they can disrupt, see if they can find new ways, see if they've drawn information out of those prior matches from DRX that have looked good. As I said, that default is just all-encompassing. It is very hard to break around, as Depp just found out.
And the protocols are so robust for DRX on
Extremely.
attack. Again, like I said, it's rinse and repeat pretty much. Laz actually got himself into a weird spot here. He's so deep in main, he's actually going to be rewarded.
He's just standing. But the problem is he's no back line, really. How does he get out of this without too much danger? He's trying to stick around and fight. There's the way out. But again, a little bit of chip damage to add to it, so Buzz certainly not as well established as before.
Doing a 4v4 though. See how DRX can hold on to site here. Trailblazer going to come through, and again, not really going to find an awful lot. It's not even going to make its way into heaven.
Standing ahead.
I want to see a backline fight as well. I'm keeping TENN in my mind here, as I was curious if he was going to try and clear through main, but it looks like he's coming around to short. Nice damage towards Hell there. RB's going to take a little bit of it, but Mako's still perfectly fine, and time started to dwindle. If ZETA want to make a move, they've got to make it fast. There's TENN, just find Mako. RB now pulled in, has to fight, and it's clean enough with support, and DRX off to the beginning they need to correct and right the wrongs of map 1.
Again, they're so disciplined. Even after this first blood comes through, they just hit the brakes. They wait to see if there's any response from ZETA. Again, expect them to do that time and time again with this double swing through tiles, the B main control, this double smoke from Mako here. And whether or not this is Depp kind of planting the seeds that they're going to challenge this repeatedly, at least he's in position to try and deny that early control. So we're talking about, actually, I mentioned at the start of map 1, DRX lost out on opening duels versus Optic yesterday, which, like I said, is a huge win condition for them. Massive. And they have an insane rate. It's like 95% of the time they find a first blood, they win the round. So already here, looking good for DRX.
And I want to recall your memory at home for everyone watching. Just remember how hard Ye was shut down on this map. Every time he tried to explore anything, every time he tried to find a bit of room, something that he's one of the best in the world at is taking that opening space. You're going to see similar problems for someone like Laz, someone like Depp. I want to see if they're able to make any mark on that, if they're able to build any control off this, because it was something that Optic were really tasked with doing and found incredibly hard. So something to just remember as this game goes on. For now, this should be a comfortable round unless they did meet maybe TENN, Depp or Laz. So far they found Sugar Zero and it was quite clean. So Depp tries to find the timing and he just finds, well, Buzz behind him. Yeah. I hate jump scares so much. It's so cheap and it really upsets me every time it gets me.
A double flank here, actually. TENN and Laz. Mako already repositioned back deep in A lobby. That's to find the first. Did you expect a second? Yeah, I think a step there, but Laz, they're going to find it now. At this point, we look towards damage that ZETA are able to achieve.
This Pokemon's so lucky. Yeah. At least maybe facilitating a bit more to come through for Laz. There it is. Okay, so 2 found, but DRX, 2 on the board. So keeping 3 standing for themselves, happy enough. Spectre's still out and about, doing what is needed.
Potential here to play this a little pacier from DRX, make use of these Spectres. Again, we might see a more traditional setup here from ZETA. Rifles across the board, Laz one away from the tour de force, so opportunity here to offset the next round if they do take a few casualties here. Elsewhere, no real progress. I mean, it's Laz with 3 kills, TENN with 1. They've been pretty clean by DRX thus far. We might see just a little more pace towards mid here, or at least digging a little bit deeper. Double setup on short from ZETA though, and Laz looking to bait with the TP potentially, just to play in depth.
Okay, well, let's see if much comes from it, 'cause that's about to be where they're hitting from. Death just not had the cleanest of starts.
Shows his hand.
Overrun completely and punished by Mako. Still going to bring those Spectres to the perfect place to punish. Now that's a rifle to be collected. Can't police it, can't do anything with it. Spam's not enough to do it. And look at the pace from DRX. Capitalizing and using the Spectres they have to try and close the gap, get close quarters. And Sugar Zero overwhelmed, outdone, and DRX turning the screws.
Enemy remaining.
As now they have the advantage. It's a 1v2, but TENN still stands. And he's got bars dead to right. ZETA calm the nerves with one standing.
Massive damage done though by DRX. Massive.
Money. Need something?
See how the purchase sits here. Already a judge in the hands of Depp. Again, awkward there. I'm not sure what pulled Laz off short there, because the play was to bait Depp in.
Surely.
So I'm not sure if there was a tag coming through. I didn't note any damage coming through. Again, Depp almost fumbles a little bit when contact comes through. They get themselves on the board early. Laz does have the tour de force, so they can, well, yeah, force here. There's 2 rifles and 2 judges. It's not pretty.
He has to be such a proponent in this round for them, right? Like, and it's so hard against this default. I don't think he has to almost over-aggress to find value in it, but it's literally what this default's made to handle. It's such a hard predicament to be in for a player like Laz.
Crow just sending shots into the smoke. Just acts as a deterrent here. Laz did get spammed up a little bit. He has spotted one, you're right. Tried to find it.
Temptation beckoned. He had to reply! And he still finds Buzz on the way through, but the readjust! What?
Well, that looked good.
What?
Where'd it go?
Rito, please, man. What have you done? Yeah, that looked on the money, but hey. Just don't slow-mo the replay, all right? Just speed past it. 5v4. Draws out a little more fact-finding, but we're down to 40 seconds. But we know how late DRX can still do these hits so well.
Problem being with Sugar Zero, we've seen what he's capable on other maps on the Astra, the smoke criminal himself.
True.
If he tucks himself into sight, he can be a real nuisance, especially so late in the round, though.
A little misdirection. With a flash and trying to pull the attention, but it's not going to really bring a player away when they still have 5 alive. They can't over-rotate with those, judges anyway, so they're going to be kind of committed to where they stand, which is what we're seeing now. They find Crow, but there's still 2 more to try and clear. 13 seconds in the judge. Jury and executioner being Sugar Zero, just trying to keep control of that site. Good work from Sugar Zero, finding Mako. 2 more, he gets 1 of them. And now Stax all alone in a 1v2, but it's the time that's his biggest enemy. It's gone. And as has TENN, found in the end by Depp, and we're all even 2 apiece.
I said, I expect Sugar Zero to make a number of plays like that, and not just with the judge. Like I said, it gets so dicey to have to clear all these angles so late in the round. And he plays around his smoke so well.
Oh, they're going to give us the replay. You're dangerous. You're playing Oh, is this it? You're like, hey, it's to the right. It's not us. Guys, please.
Don't pause it 4 frames before he shoots.
Production. I can't believe you do that. Shocking behavior.
Like it's a testament to just how quick Laz is, actually.
Truly, truly unreal.
You want to play? Let's play.
Let's play indeed. As it will be the judge still in play for TENN. And the right place for this. This is the right time. You can see Buzz going for a little bit of a deeper approach, but the timing's gorgeous. Baited in just on the shoulder peek behind. And it's on the other side of the map too. Lad's getting almost over-aggressive. This is dreamy stuff if he can keep doing this. Just that confidence builder to find flaws in the DRX plan. But again, they've taken away the main man this round. So again.
But it's key. You say the DRX plan, it's so late that usually DRX are clearing B main with this Trailblazer. So TENN posts up so early to counter that. Really nice adjustment, and Laz on the other side as well.
Oh, you thought you had him dead to rights, did you? You thought
A.
Crow was alone? Absolutely not. Sugar Zero right by his side. You can see what he's trying to do with it. I don't blame you for it. Oh, ZETA! We're feeling a little bit here today, huh? Okay, 5 standing, and they take the lead. It's 3-2. And the thing is, the reason it's such a fun series to watch, right? Because I still have to say this, and it may seem almost weird to have to do it, but to me, DRX play one of the best games of VALORANT as just like an all-rounder. They don't necessarily depend on just a couple of individuals. They have them if needed, but they play a really good game of VALORANT. So to be able to break that is very impressive for ZETA so far. They've found a way to do it. It's 3-2.
They haven't really found anything yet in terms of these pressure points. Actually, on the other side of things, look at this. They're actually pushing through. They're going to clear through. They're going to spot Stax on the other side of this. And like I said,
That works.
These adjustments are actually beautiful
Trap
from
destroyed.
Zeta. They're literally pressuring DRX deeper away from sites.
So now I do want to see the reply from DRX potentially to be heavier mid-pressure with commitment behind it. We saw it a couple of times against Optic, kind of splitting through market, pressuring deeper towards CT, and it worked quite nicely to kind of keep Ye from being able to kind of free float around the map, kind of keep him posted up. So I do want to see if that's something they lean towards, but again, for DRX, they have to kind of identify that, something they want to go for. And I wonder if Zeta then know that next step. So I'm looking at currently where Laz is posted, and it feels as though that is the read he's gone for. He's actually reading it correctly already.
Well, this is much more stacked up. With what we see DRX usually aim to do in mid, look at this. It's pulled 4 players towards Mark here. We might even see a hit towards B. Which is once every blue moon for DRX.
But with the Seekers coming in, it won't quite take off Laz. I thought the position was tailor-made for it. He can't quite get it once as Mako outdoes him. Seekers down just get absolutely inhaled by Crow, and the site's theirs. So this is the depth of what we see from DRX. So they have these layers to go to, and that is the perfect way to respond to taking extremity control, is just take through middle. Now, yeah, Dep's gone in there. Where's it? Any second string to this? There it is. Okay, Sugar Zero gets there in time. After the second smoke comes in, stax still needs to be cleared. A problem position if they don't deal with it, but actually the lockdown beckoning. Oh, the flash is so good. Catches 2, deals with a lockdown, deals with 10, but a quick trade out, but Mako's still alive. And it's Dep now going to kind of take up the position that he just cleared. And note the time.
Damage could be key here, though.
He can keep him locked to the site, potentially. I say
Mako and
potentially.
RB tagged up as well.
Let's see the timing. They're trying to get this together. Swing isolates one fight, 2 try and dip towards CT. They just want out.
Already,
they just want out, and that is a really smart way to do it. And this is the depth of DRX signified there. I do think Laz was in a position to try and handle it. Just got out one on that one fight.
Yeah. I mean, if that goes the other way, slows down the hit. There's a much bigger opportunity for them to recover.
Big win for Mako there.
And the bait is perfect, though. Dep is just stood there with the judge inside his own smoke, but eventually the pressure comes through. Yep. Enough of a diversion to find a way back in, but the setup is great from DRX. And even cancelling out the lockdown immediately. Great target focus as well from stax. Flash comes through, not even interested in converting to a kill, deals with the lockdown, allows...
I do want to see what Zeta Theory crafts coming back in here. Because again, the hard thing about playing against DRX is, okay, we lost to that look, but we still have to go through all the protocols of the traditional approach of that default. Like, you can't just skip ahead. You still have to handle what makes this default great from DRX and the way they just handle the early rounds.
For another adjustment once again, DRX actually has 4 now outside, just in case Zeta try and push forward for this space. That's actually going to get tagged up, but sees nothing is behind the drone.
Oh, but the divide, and now the utility's good though. RB gets caught by the spam. Holds down mouse 1 and TENN takes him out. That's RB gone. That's 4 now. Yes, even with the divide there, the push through. Oh, the flash I thought could have had a little bit more impact, but it's Mako to be the equalizer. Gets 2 back in kind. Now they still have a player on the site, and this 3-man pack of players is just not finding the impact. They really can't make it to the site right now with the divides coming in on either side.
Actually, this defensive cosmic divide here from Zeta.
Kind of saved him a little bit in my mind.
Saved him. Yeah, there's 2 that fall in front of it, but take that any day of the week to slow down this DRX hit, which is, it's a death ball. It's all 5 members. Sugar Zero not spotting the cross. There is a trap just outside tree here, so it will notify Zeta, but you can see them considering the rotation already.
Yeah, you can see them getting antsy.
Sorry, my mistake. Laz has fallen.
He's already gone, so they've read it well enough at this point. They're aware of what's coming in, but there's going to be a slice through. Sugar Zero does get a fight, but he doesn't win it. Stax wins out and buys them a lot of time here for the plant and gives them the player advantage. So now Dep with the ult, sure. We've got to see what he can do with it. 10 by his side, still got Tommy ready to go as well. Utilizing the bait, there it is, and tries to build off the back. With the limited amounts, they still try and find their impact. Dep going to try and lead the charge a little. TENN now takes the steps. No one's over-peaking, though. They're not giving them chances here in time. It's such a factor. Bye-bye. Mako's gone. Spam again towards hell, but it's on towards the site. Zest, what a time to come alive. Swings it well and finds both.
They over-invest in making sure nobody else is tucked into hell. Zest punishes them for it. Just as the flank was coming through from A main as well. So that secondary angle coming through. Again, good defense here. Immediately responding with the cosmic divide. You can see here, just maybe a little bit of pressure getting to him. Nothing else considered here. And DRX, she will take the lead with that. 4-3 the scoreline now. Looking like they're able to stabilize a little bit.
but still, in my mind, this is such credit to Zeta pushing DRX this far and DRX having answers.
Enemy tag.
The depth of this team is unbelievable. DRX going to just get the lead for now, and they go through that protocol list again, so robust and kind. But we have to see if Laz can be a game changer, and you're right to highlight it before, because Stax will be keeping track of this. This is something we'll see consistently. And what's the address on this now? Attention to detail towards middle. What are the switch-ups? We're going to see Sugar Zero posted towards this, and there's that flash we knew was going to be coming. But Laz is not necessarily that bothered by it, still sticking around.
Posted up in range of the TP as well, so... Again, DRX almost having to completely rewrite their protocols here. Look how deep they're having to clear with the Trailblazer. It will be noted, Zest now on red alert.
I like the re-aggress on top middle, though. I like that they fought back late round and unfortunate miss, because that could have been such a game changer, but gets himself out and they sit towards CT, but they're trying to re-explore, and RB sees a drive-by from Sugar Zero, and they're just trying to get back in on the side. Buzz left in no man's land, but Depp couldn't get the punish in time. And now it's bizarre, left. It's a little out of the norm as TENN re-goes for a walk, and look who was waiting. Mako not giving up middle, it's still theirs. And Zeta just in no man's land, 20 seconds, where is that spike? It's off! He's trying to make a run for it. This is still a bit dangerous, and 2 men in middle. What was that round at the end?
Well, it's a little dicey there from DRX. I'm not gonna lie, it's lucky really that they're forcing a player in wide out into the open here. But again, almost becoming the victims of their own game plan, running the clock down. It takes them so long to make a decision. I mean, look at this, we just saw it. It's 30 seconds left.
Yes.
This is coming through. And look where the spike is. It's in B main, and then they decide to pull the rotation.
Yep.
DRX now extend their lead 2 rounds. Zeta back down in terms of the finances. 1 rifle in the hands of Depp. Laz looking to continue this pressure towards B main. Going to force out the TP nice and early. Again, different look here from DRX. This time around it's Buzz to help Stax outside B main. I'll be honest, in terms of A main or A lobby control, DRX don't know an awful lot. Other than when Laz was pushing out a couple of times early on. The tag on one, but it's revealed no real follow-up there.
Players on A.
Yeah. Spike not committed yet, but we're at the 60-second mark. As Buzz makes his way over to retrieve it.
Oh, the timing.
Oh, he's stuck now, though.
Yeah, and he has no idea the trouble is he's in.
Well.
Okay, still going to take Mako with him. Now this puts Depp on red alert. Rips off the head of Zest, goes back for seconds. He wants thirds. Doesn't get it this time. Hunter's Fury popped in the walk of the smoke. The criminal himself, Sugar Zero. Still going to find the impact. As a 1v3 for Stax, the spike is on the other side of the smoke. 3 players between him and his goal. He's got flashes. He's got another one back up in 5. He's got utility for days. Does he get any definition on this? He gets the burst, almost catching him in no man's land, and he's bullying his way through the site.
He's going to get tagged up here, though. They have to commit to the plant, and he should get wall bangs. Just manages to escape away. He's taking so much damage. TENN will find the final blow. But with nothing coming into that, the headhunter kill, 1 rifle in the hands of Depp. Zeta going to find this round, Lauren. Wow. It's so neck and neck. Even in the rounds where DRX feel as if they have so much control.
Yeah.
Zeta still managing to throw curveballs. Depp, so sharp.
I thought the third was ready.
He did so much damage.
Yeah.
So much damage.
Nice.
Operator now and play for Laz. Everything looking pretty. Again, Crow much quieter this game, but he's still fulfilling the duty which he has to do. That's all that really matters. If you're bringing DRX to this sort of extent in game, you're not doing a bad job. So once again, rinse, repeat. We've seen it before, we'll see it throughout this game. The start from DRX.
He's a stack to greet the mid push.
Put a little bit more behind it this time. You do have Crow with you, and speaking of, finds RB.
Huge to shut that down.
Oh, the chip!
Mako. Yeah, Mako.
They know it.
A little bit of damage. And yeah, they always know it's Mako behind RB. It's always those two to regress. Depp will be called upon again, but he's going to respect this. Yeah, he's going to back up with the Seekers invested and the Trailblazers to follow through.
He's got to handle this, though. There's now Crow Gonna be a little late to the party, but actually it's Buzz to try and push a little further, but is greeted with a smile. Laz is unfussed, unfazed. And DRX, well, they feel as though they've taken space, but they can't find the opponents. Marco's like, what the hell is going on? And you're right, Sugar Zero still waiting. Mako!
With
drops down, that's 3! He couldn't find a soul, and then he finds them all. It's a 2v2, and the HP is low, though. They can't have these longer fights. Laz still has that operator to try and bring into play. Switches out for the rifle, rightly so.
29 HP, 27 HP on Mako and Zest.
It's so little to play with. They can't get into any of these long fights here. They're buying time. They know they're locked on the site itself, maybe waiting for this smoke to dissipate. The swing from Mako. It's devastating work from Mako there. He is the one to get this round across. And bear in mind, he almost got caught in middle at the very start here. Him keeping his life, making it towards that A site, changes this round alone.
And they concede the first blood as well. It's actually crazy. The audible called here by DRX is fantastic. Even the push through initially into window gets shut down by Laz. And then Mako finds 3 kills. Wow, what a hit from DRX. Zeta got to be questioning some of the decisions there on the way in. Sugar Zero, again, in a power position, but down to 10 HP. There's not an awful lot he can do there.
No.
Tour de Force popped here. Buzz going to have it in hand.
Like Depp tried to make an early move. Gets a lot of information. It does free up for this rotation.
Immediately.
Yeah, it just the peek over the top, sees nothing. I guess that's enough. They're going to go for a gamble on this one. For now, rightly so, but we know the DRX are quick to adjust plans if it does come into question. I don't think that flash got the information that they wanted off the back. I don't know if it actually caught TENN there. You can see this crunch in middle. 3 players on this. Now Sugar Zero is going to lean back towards A, maybe just to show presence and make sure that Al drone either gets, you know, kept in mind as Depp wants to go walking. In a close exchange, so they now know there's probably 2 at least pushed up towards mid. And the timing on this.
Swings with it. And Laz finds a kill as well.
Unbelievable timing, and TENN's been unnoted. Now, oh, Depp's turned up in time. How is he over here? They're like, he was in mid a second ago, I promise. And now it all falls to pieces, and DRX's default, that was one of their strongholds, has been destroyed.
The
what?
prime gaming
with that
flawless.
buy? With that purchase?
It's another round. That's the second now we've seen them come in with a minimal investment and Zeta flip it.
I don't know how.
They pinch this adjusted default here from DRX. They collapse towards mid. Depp, just the perfect swing with the Al drone
and
there.
he was everywhere, man. Yeah. He was in mid dealing with that.
And we see the last kill as well.
Oof.
What a half this has been as well. A treat after map 1.
Yeah.
Zeta bring it within 1. And look at the fun you can see.
Well, thank you so much for your patience. Everyone tuning in, I do appreciate that. Everything seems to have been sorted out, tuned up. And we get back to focusing on the game. 1 more round in this half as well. So what a way to just cut things off. Bam. But we are ready to go. So thank you once again for being so calm and collected, I'm sure, chat. Deep breaths, we're back on the way. All right, popping the ult. And away we go. Then we'll get all the answers to the questions we just had because we have to close out this half. Will it be a nice cut of a lead for DRX or will it be all even? It looks like DRX wants that pop potential towards A. We haven't seen this tested as much. We haven't seen this all in peace. The divide comes in. You can see the instantaneous pressure coming through. They've already noted the player on the site, but Mako takes down Sugar Zero. Can't do too much. It's already theirs.
Do have the lockdown for the retake here, so I'm always happy to put Sugar Zero down on the line. Give him up for it, and there you go, the lockdown comes through nice and early, before the plant even comes through, but Hunter's Fury in response.
It's just been destroyed. RB still standing, takes down 10. First trade effective for Zeta as they try and take some space, but DRX come back in and scream into the night. They are not going down without a fight here. This should be 7 for them. Unless Crow finds a little bit of map 1 magic, not to be. It will be 5 to 7. So a little bit of buffer found here for DRX.
Switching sides.
Just 2 rounds to play with, but a convincing closeout here in round 12. After, again, yes, gaps in the purchase, but Bladestorm absolutely works for them. They have the response for the lockdown as well to make that a little bit easier.
Right, 5-7. We're not going to waste any time. Let's go to the desk. What are your thoughts on the first half? Is it as you expected? Has it changed your expectations?
Hi, Pog. Let's see if they can.
You're right. It's as much as we kind of look at the underdog story, you're absolutely on the money. The DRX are fighting for survival as well, and they need this map to open up the third, and then they can carry on and take this back in their hands. But the composition is something we have to address. Zeta are now going to be working against the odds to make this work.
Absolutely. I'm glad Baller echoed again just the importance of depth here. As actually Buzz, who's out in that opening engagement down to 22 HP, has to TP away. ZETA have their sights set on B site.
Yeah, and it looks a little scrappy.
Zest completely isolated here actually on backside. The flash comes through and actually SugarZero there, he actually avoids the flash and finds 2 kills for it. But everything going the way of ZETA. Zest will find one before he falls, but it's a 2v4 now, and RB falls.
And this just hasn't been the start that we've normally seen. DRX have been good at converting these pistols, giving them a little bit of wiggle room going forward, but this looks like this may be the first time it falls apart. Yeah, that is going to be 1 for ZETA here. Going to get the first in the second half, make it to 6, and that normally means making it to 7.
Yeah, just to come back to that composition discussion, yes, a lot of it rides on depth, but he's got to be self-sufficient, but I think kind of the second layer to that is ZETA stacking up and just these death ball hits overwhelm DRX. So we know that, again, from the previous map and from previous series, they're happy to just sit back and absorb some of these site hits, and they're so good for it sometimes. ZETA posts the first. That's their 6th on the board. Actually, Depp going to be trying to Phantom in the mix here.
Wow.
Buzz actually gets ahead of the turret as well. See the nano swarm as well actually put in just into the cubby and B main there just to check if anybody had pushed. But still unnoted as of yet, I think.
RB sticks around. I feel, yeah, that got pinged out early. I don't know if they saw him or just maybe heard the step. Something, because Laz seemed all too aware of the chance of a swing from short.
Buzz, man!
Oh, god damn, Buzz. So sharp. This is still all building towards middle. It's 4 players here. They can't really back away from this anymore, and Zest waiting to make the most of it. If they do not check this corner well enough, that's a right click, and that's a great flash. Oh, we're blind. All of them just ate that. They carry on forward. A bullet to the back of the brain, and Zest can at least get SugarZero. But look at the damage that's being done here. Yes, Phantom's still in play, but these close corners. Crow just about deals with RB, but this is so dangerous. There's so many dangers. Every single angle, man. It's like a trap, a maze, constructed here just to ensnare them. As Mako waits on the verge. You want short? Well, you gotta get past me. And he does. Laz somehow survives. And right back at you. Stax gives him the drive-by. That's the Phantom lost. This could be a tragedy in the making. As Buzz looking to find that player. Crow gonna keep his head down as best he can, and the readjust towards short. The drop down. Crow catches. And it's 7-7, but what a dangerous round. And the Phantom gets brought back in hand.
Quiet first half from Crow, but finds 4 in the second round. A crucial 4K here in the second round for ZETA. But DRX made him sweat. They made him work for it. And it's flash, so you're almost thinking Zest had an opportunity to swing, but he plays the time right there. I think the information is massive. Not just, obviously, after the confirmation with the flash, but seeing 4 members of ZETA.
I mean, with the amount of little, bits and pieces of play, like that little tuck on the corner with the shorty, you imagine if they took one wrong turn, you'd have been dead to rights.
There was a moment they were looking back towards 3. I was like, please,
don't go there. Just don't go there, man. It's a bad place to be. It's a madman with a shorty. Don't go near it.
Mako doing his best SugarZero impersonation.
RB's ahead of the smoke. I want to see if he peeks mid. Yeah, he is. And he catches the timing. Catches the head of Laz as well. Really nicely done. Only the bonus for ZETA here, but for DRX, this is essential. Quite critical to the game plan. Because you don't want that confidence to just brew over and brim for ZETA.
And the flash through actually going to confirm presence on short still, at least depth on the other side of it. I believe SugarZero posted up in A lobby, and ZETA look to re-explore mid now. See the pings coming through on the mini-map as well, just to note the trap on Pizza. Makes me believe they're going to drift towards market here. Again, actually the shock dart going to deal with it, so...
Nice.
A little bit of a pump towards mid here, just to try and pull a rotation, but look how deep, I talked about this, how deep DRX are playing.
Yeah, and 1, to kind of deal with any opening burst, which is limited, and 2, the weaponry. Again, Depp is the only one really that has the big damage potential in this round. Okay, I've lied to you, because the Stinger's fantastic. It's actually the best gun in the game. What? Of course it's the best gun in the game! No worries, they're destroying them in the bonus round. And now they get upgrades galore. Look at it, Crow. Yeah, give me that Phantom, lovely. Give me the Vandal. I'm all about it, no problem. Spray from
so much
Zest.
damage.
He sent them back, but they're still standing. They're still breathing, and that's enough to be able to pull the trigger. So Zest and RB. Oh, he gets Crow. What a little bit of The turnaround in this round as Zest is now the one in the 1v2. How do you deal with a player like TENNN and Depp? How do you clear these corners? I don't think you can. They've dipped away towards the side. Depp does the dodge! It was so close. So close. That was a goddamn stinger holding from main. He switches out to the secondary and they convert the bonus.
Sugar Zero
Don't know, man. I don't understand.
Outrageous econ rating. But the number of times he was getting kills was short, and now making a stinger work versus rifles.
Rifles!
I've got to say, that's borderline unforgivable for Sugar Zero to find 2 kills in that scenario. I mean, fair play to Zest. He almost finds the adjustment of the last kill there, but Zeta have come back. They're 1 round ahead here, Lauren.
You could be watching a miracle in the making, but Buzz doesn't care for it. He wants to shatter it, make it his own. Takes down Laz again. He's still trying to find impact here. Dulls the tip of the spear that now Depp has to become. Stax spams him wildly. Crow gonna send them away. Take that space right back. Doesn't get the tag he wants, but Depp will now unleash. Shuts the door and it says, nah, not anymore actually. We're gonna keep this for ourselves. Door has to be dealt with. But in the meantime, Zest just got Sugar Zero. Buzz still there, and it's right back out of DRX. It's a stark reminder, and it's a call to form for DRX. They need to wake up now.
Bit of a reality check for both sides here.
Yes.
Could argue 2 fumbles on either side. Zest, man.
Oh, the push and the pull.
Just
Perfect.
freebies. Absolute sitters. Enough pressure created there. And he reaps the rewards.
8-8. I feel like we're just passengers to this now.
I'm here for it. Strap in, honestly.
Just help us out. This is one of those games that could go down in history, and Depp's still trying to be an instigator to something. At least forced Buzz away. It's very early.
Yeah, a little bit quicker, actually, from Zeta. Pulls a massive rotation. Again, completely unconfirmed. They're going to contact back through. The Aldrone's seen nothing come onto side, but TENNN has the lockdown now. Hunter's Fury available, so it should be immediately cancelled out.
You are divided!
Or I guess not. They're going to allow safe passage here.
Okay.
Cosmic Divide goes up as well, so Zeta going to have a really good opportunity here to reinforce this site hold.
Yeah. Spike's going to go down uncontested. I don't think anything's going to stop that right now. Nope. Safe as houses.
I mean, expecting this Hunter's Fury still to come through from Zest after the Cosmic Divide drops.
Okay. There's the opening attempt with a couple of shock darts, finds nothing. Contact on old Tommy, but that's about it for now. First fight could be on Laz. And actually it's a clear, but a good trade out for TENNN. Wants to over-aggress, keep that space towards Tree, and he does. He wins out, and that's essential. Keeps some of his site safe because Buzz is back in the building and still want to do something for his side. TENNN outdone by Zest, and they still stand. Look at the HP, it is low, but they get him off the defuse. The HP is down to nothing. Sugar Zero has to be the hero here. He's pulled him away from it. He can't get back to it, and he's still finding them. Sugar Zero is going above and beyond the hero of the story.
What was that? What on earth was that round? DRX, again, they doubled down on the game plan. You could see Zest is considering the Hunter's Fury, but they allow them onto site, and it gives Zeta so much time. So much time. At this point, again, a couple of overpeaks, but it's fine. It's buying time.
Yes.
For that last piece of the puzzle. Wow.
What do they have left for?
That's what makes it even worse. We can see the full picture here on the scoreboard. So it's tough.
Yes, it is.
Sugar Zero, sell that Sheriff right now and buy a Stinger. I don't want to see you trying to use the Sheriff. Put it away.
Put it away. Okay. This should be fine, right? Like, this should be the round where we're back all even. 9-9, it's cool. Right?
Right?
Right.
Right.
Why do you sound like everyone replying to my DMs? Yeah, cool. In the early fight towards the A side. So the cross is being watched, Stax is there.
That's so aware of it. Whether or not that was actually spotted, the shock dart sent in to remove this trap
RB?
on A main.
RB. Hold on.
He's in no man's land.
RB's in their spawn almost. Jett.
Yeah.
Hello, because just gonna find two of you. That was a spike as well. Oh, you're gonna try and find a little rotation. You think I wouldn't notice? Nah. Absolutely gotcha. And what a way to get a little aggressive late in the day. You got to be real brave to be trying that at this point. Just walking middle.
Placing swarm grenade.
That's gonna be a little bit of a voice in the back of the head of something to worry about. And the gap closer for depth.
What?
But they still don't have the spike. The spike's the biggest problem here, because if they still watch that mid hold, and that's what the fight's currently going to be, you can see them almost tracing it.
30
Buzz
seconds left.
fighting towards depth. They have no
The
idea. But
standoff.
look at where RB is. Look at what RB is doing. It's done. You can try and get back. Try and get back. Can't get past Buzz, and you can't get RB away from that spike. It was his this whole round.
And we know that was going to be a difficult round for Zeta on the back of the victory, but nothing in terms of the finances to come through.
this
RB
point,
here
he will
so
speed.
quick, yeah. And he's at a quiet map. He's at a very quiet map here on Ascent.
The audacity. The absolute audacity on the man.
But if he can flip the script and keep doing things like this, it's going to really pressure Zeta. And force out. Again, the aim with this comp has got to be leaning towards map control, making sure that that doesn't happen.
Well, RB wants to pick up where he left off. Smoke occludes the vision.
Drone didn't spot him either, so he actually backs away. I was going to see if he
Stuck around.
wanted to post up a little deeper, but
No one's really holding top mid right now. So DRX are going to be on an island. They kind of put their efforts towards short control, but with the pace of this mid take, yeah, okay, now it's been spotted, so that should cause or call for rotation coming out at bare minimum from stax to address. Depp spotted it. Depp now knows what's up. RB can't play around with this any longer. The Seekers go in as well. So it's this back and forth of almost this blind chess game to each other, just each making individual moves. And they're going to post up one. Laz is left towards market. And they're just slowly strangle-holding that B site. This double stack on short is going to be... Well, it's not even short. I guess you got the TP away, but man, that's a dangerous position to be playing from.
Flash confirms nothing, and that's just to check that Zeta haven't made it through to spawn. But it'll be the green light towards B site, I think.
Yep.
Let's go TP away.
You've got to hold your nerve right now.
Does he get pinged off that? Zest is forced off the angle, he gets pinged as well.
He did. 10
30
makes the most of it, and now it's going to be Buzz. 1,
Oh!
2, he found 3! The fourth! He can't quite convert it, but Stax is there, and the rotations are in, but it's Crow in a 1v3. 20 seconds, and he can hear them getting closer. They're at the doors. They're scratching at the walls, and he can do nothing but try and take the fight. He spots out RB, he goes for a spam. Desperation eats the flash, tucks away, and the inevitable is closing in. They are about to get to double digits themselves. DRX, not done yet.
2 massive rounds from Buzz.
Huge.
Just the most outrageous 3K there.
Like 2? Okay.
I don't
3?
even think he's expecting to find the third. It's just a wild swing with the last couple of bullets. But bails DRX out there.
Show me that third. Okay. Oh! Oh!
Right, yeah.
Even he was like, wait, 3? All right.
And again, Zest forced off that one angle.
So good.
Gets tagged with a recon, he gets wallbanged. That creates the opening.
Right there.
Zeta back down to just Sheriff's here. Laz one off the tour de force. TENN one away from the lockdown. Some tools available here.
That'll wreck.
This should be 11 for DRX. Pushed so far in this game. RB feeling himself, but not feeling comfortable on that. Trying to get a quick bit of control.
Big info.
Yeah. But look at the amount of space they're trying to get. It looks like Zeta are really trying to explore this mid option that's coming through. Maybe punish stacks on the rotations.
HP.
You're right, 1 HP for Laz. Can he be the 1 HP hero? I wonder if they get the push towards stacks here. But again, he'd need something to draw him in closer, because right now I think he's feeling this. Like, well, they're not pushing through towards B. They are so aware, acutely aware that this is the intention for Zeta. As you can see, Buzz has been keeping this in check as well. And Zest making light work of Laz. Unless
Decent
something else
damage
comes
there.
to this, it should be comfortable. I think the only issue is if TENN didn't get noted, he has been.
Yeah.
Buzz finds him for free. Yeah, it's all good. They weren't caught off guard by it at all.
Sugar Zero's got pretty close, though.
Team
Mako and RB going to close things out. DRX find 11. And there's one chance left here. There's got to be an awful lot behind this purchase. So we talked about the tools available. Crow actually, Hunter's Fury available now. Sugar Zero, one off the Cosmic Divide. Whether or not we just see that absolute shutout execution on A site here. Zest doesn't have the Hunter's Fury, so they can't prevent this lockdown from going down unless they have shock darts for it. But he's over towards Market, so not expecting that at all. And it's looking all in. It's invested here from ZETA.
Yeah. And there we go. This looks like very similar scenes, doesn't it? I think you called it perfectly. Down coming in. Divide. Right back at him though. Gives them a clean slate to spot this from. And there's the first target. Mako gonna find TENN.
Down.
Showed another. And now Stax is gonna find Sugar Zero. They are not having clean entry. They are standing there fighting. Laz and Depth still gonna deliver. But it's Buzz on the side. Buzz again with a second. He wants a third as Crow. Just trying to edge around the site. And he's been found in the side by RB. DRX are not out of this game. They are not out of this series. And there's a reason they were the favorites in this matchup.
Mako stands strong for DRX there. Just the one gravity well. I mean, the Cosmic Divide as well, making it so much more difficult.
It gives him a canvas, right?
Yep. Exactly. Cutting off these sight lines. It's this one. The kill onto TENN. It splits Depth. Yes, the response is there. 3 kills, actually, for ZETA. But Buzz going huge. And RB sealing the deal. ZETA will come into this with a forced purchase.
Time to just close this out.
There's no real weak link on the side of ZETA either. I'm saying I'm shouting out some of the DRX players, but there's no real weak link on ZETA either.
No, we've had a great game.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? You can't look at this and just be overly critical. It's been a fantastic map between the two, and for most of the purist fans out there, we get to probably see map 3. But I'm ready to, you know, stop denying ZETA chances because they are always deadly. And Laz once again proves it. Takes out RB, who started to step into this game, and now that vision, that early impact is removed. Stax feels the presence, feels the pressure, and decides to fall away.
I doesn't know how many. The Trailblazer will confirm one. It's Lad's actually going to catch a headshot the other side of it. The gravity well is perfect, though. Stax is stuck. He's
still
vulnerable.
alive.
But he gets away with 25 HP.
He's still standing. So hard to clear, but Buzz, this is dangerous for anyone but you, apparently. You're fine. You're laughing. Takes out TENN, and he holds. Just pulling away at ZETA. They're down to 4. You are right, and the divide goes in. Okay, and now look who's behind enemy lines. Laz is just a man behind the wire. Gonna do whatever he can. Be a nuisance, be a problem by a couple of seconds here or there. Spike gonna go down, but it is on 3. Sugar Zero, Crow, and Depth to try and deny 4 players from DRX.
I feel it. If Depth plays close contact here, he has to go huge for ZETA. He's actually going to pull away, play towards site. It's going to be Sugar Zero in main here. And that's the power position in this scenario now.
But he's only got the Spectre as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's conscious of this flank now, but he has to play a little closer. 3 coming from spawn, 1 from Market with DRX.
There's the flash. It should pull him back in. Smokes are up, though, and it gets the reveal on 1. Depth makes the most of it. He has to be proactive. He has to be the main man of this story, because Crow's on the back lines, right? He can deliver from the back, but it's still Buzz standing. And Buzz is unrelenting, unmoving for DRX. Sugar Zero, what can you do here? This is what you can do. Oh my God, Sugar Zero, you are unreal.
He comes through with the red ball clutch. Zest will clean it up, but ZETA find their 10th.
By hook or by crook, man. Yeah,
it's cheeky, it's cheesy,
line
man.
Of sight.
Just
you
nothing.
You saw the guns get thrown, just like, ha, what am I meant to do? I'm getting like 3, 4 kills every round for Buzz, and he just gets pulled away.
Sugar Zero just rolling back the patches. Almost like we're 6 months ago now.
Doesn't even matter. It's like, oh wait, this got
You see Buzz is just like throw everything away.
Literally,
Yeah.
GG. What a game, dude.
Oh
what an
my
absolute
word.
Game. 10-12. It looked so good for DRX on that play back in. They dealt with like the one player who could have popped off. Ugh. And RB still has the operator though. Still able to bring this back in. He gets away. The pace. Buzz fills the gap, fills the void.
Perfect bait.
Gorgeous work.
Plays in Buzz
And RB
perfectly.
still there. It's so good.
DRX not looking flustered after that. And RB will find a second. Laz will fall. Zero here with the Bulldog, but RB digging a little deeper. He's actually going to overstep the mark, but Stack's good for the trade. Crow now, last man standing.
1v4, spike to hand. And they're clearing proactively. You can see behind him Buzz. He's already to work. He knows what he's got to do.
DRX are done with this map.
Yeah, they won this over and done with. They're like, that last round didn't even happen. Get me to split. Get me the hell out of here. This is weird. Okay, now, okay, Crow's got a little bit of info, right? What can he do with this? He's going to try and work his way around. And that's a freebie.
Still
Three
on the
more.
spike.
Does he hear steps from Zest? Might have just been out of distance. And he's working this out.
Revealing area.
Piece by
30
piece.
seconds left.
But he has to be still leaning towards the site. He has. He gives them a chance to cross potentially towards A. Couple of shock darts. Won't have time to be able to reveal much beyond that. 23 bullets in a dream, 15 seconds. This could be his. A jump spot. He's been noted. He has to pick up the pace now. 10 seconds. Attack
10
on Spike.
seconds left.
He's got to get it.
He
Yeah,
tried to
plant this.
clear close just in case, but Stax is done with his life.
What? No.
He can't do this. Mako makes sure